So a week ago, we planned to come into Italy, and then Storm Boris intervened, still causing trouble, Boris. So we went back into France, to the Luberon region of Provence, which is just near Verdun, where there's, I'm probably saying that badly, but where there's gorges. And that's a slightly better known region. But Luberon we hadn't really been to before, full of little hillside villages, really lovely. First place we found really was Rayanne, and we noticed that the place name was turned upside down. We've seen that a lot in France, and I think it's something to do with a protest from the farmers or from the rural communities towards the main government, but we've seen it all up and down through France. But Rayanne was really lovely, and found a nice little cafe restaurant place that we managed to eat outside of. The woman was a bit surprised that we wanted to eat outside because it was right on the street, but it was a really nice thing. Bernie had a really good burger. She wants me to tell everybody. It's the first burger in France. Really good burger. I didn't have a burger. But yeah, so we explored these villages, really lovely. There was a place called Bonnier, which has an art college there, kind of a place for sculpture and art. And it was founded by an American, actually. And we saw lots of American students there, but a very beautiful village on its own. So Rousillon was perhaps the highlight. It is a bit of more of a touristy place, but understandably, but what an extraordinary place, for the red, ochre, orange, yellow cliffs that are all around it, the colours in the sandstone that's there, and which they used to build the houses. So the houses were really beautiful as well. Really enjoyed our trip there. Had a really good walk. It was a bit like being in Arizona, but on a very small scale. So that was really cool. And then we were really lucky because we had music on 2 successive nights. So on Thursday night at Celeste, we've had a little blues trio playing outside a microbrewery. It was just a little bit outside the town, and we're really looking forward to this. And then this cloud started to bubble up, and before we knew it, we were surrounded by this immense electrical storm going on, and eventually it came over us and started raining on us as well. And it was quite exciting, but also it was it cut short the music, which was a shame. And on Friday, first of all, we went for a walk in some gorges. They weren't as big as the ones in Verdun, perhaps, but they were pretty spectacular. And the village of Oppedet, which was just an extraordinary ancient little village perched on the top of this gorge. So really had a nice day there. Pretty warm, even after the thunderstorms the day before. We thought that might freshen it up, but it was very warm. And then on the Friday night, we went to the village of Villon. And this one, it didn't seem to be made as popular as some of the local villages, but it was really lovely, really beautiful little village. And we were just so lucky to find some wonderful French music outside the most archetypal French cafe restaurant that you could possibly imagine. And they had a really lovely garden as well where you could eat, but we didn't go in there. We were sat on tables literally in the streets. They just closed the street, had the tables out, and this lovely band playing. So I'm going to let them soundtrack some of the views, and we'll see how we go.